Greetings of peace. Welcome back to my channel Being Huma, where we, the Soul Sisters, come and connect together to celebrate our humanness. This video is a continuation of the video series where I read short excerpts from my book 37 Lessons on How to Gain from Loss, A Believer's Journey from Trial to Triumph. This book is a journey of a daughter, a caretaker who lost her mother to cancer in 2015, and how she was able to transform her trial and her loss into triumph and multiple gains. This is my own true story of personal transformation, and today I'm going to continue reading another excerpt for you from my book 37 Lessons on How to Gain from Loss. So without further ado, let's get started. Today I'm going to read the excerpt from lesson number 4, the control on self-control. Let go of external control. My lesson on self-control versus external control was a vital one for self-enhancement. It empowered my relationship with myself and others. I also learned something more about myself, which I believe is worth sharing, for I have found so many struggling with it. I noticed the constant inner battle between winning and losing. I strive for recognition in my own eyes and others. I wanted to be a perfect superhuman who could not afford to fail. At the time of my event, I was a person who subconsciously judged myself without even knowing it. I was stressed not just because of the plan's failure, but being a failure in the eyes of other authority figures. I had to keep my commitments at any cost. I had to prove myself to gain approval, which was necessary to feed my self-esteem. If you are the first or the only child, you are more likely to grow up with this limiting belief. Seeking reassurance and acknowledgement from parents is a way to feel more accepted and secure during childhood. The eldest child is an ideal mentor for other siblings. Expected to be a responsible role model, the child becomes self-critical, constantly trying to match a high set of standards. One who looks up to parents every time for approval and shoulders burdensome responsibilities. All this slowly gets self-destructive as the child becomes very hard on themselves. The more I reflected on myself, the more I dug out such weeds of limiting beliefs. Self-worth should be independent of external approval. Once I was clear, I detached my self-worth from external assurances. I broke this harmful relationship and started loving myself, still doing my best without being brutally hard on myself. Loving yourself unconditionally comes from self-acceptance. Hence, I mentioned above that the new me did not label myself as a failure. I took it as an experience to be more of who I am. I accepted who I was, what needed to change in me, and what actions to take for self-development. Surely we created man of the best stature. Quran chapter 95 verse 4. Human beings are the best of all creations. Their specialties are growth and expansion. Making mistakes is a characteristic of the clay that shaped them, and so is its ability of modification. The beauty of being human lies in the potential of correction. If mistakes make you human, so does reflection and correction. Do you acknowledge being human? Accept yourself, forgive yourself, love yourself, and trust yourself to lend yourself the freedom of being human. So listeners, have you lent yourself the freedom of being human? Have you accepted yourself the way you are? Physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, in every way possible? Or are you still looking for somebody else to appreciate you, to praise you? Have you forgiven yourself for all the mistakes and the blunders that you have done in your life? Have you accepted and forgiven and come to a point where you can love yourself unconditionally the way you are? With whatever type of skin you have, with whatever type of issues you have you started to love yourself unconditionally and trust the path of life? Have you? If you haven't done so, why don't you take this opportunity today to do something loving for yourself? Go to the mirror and look into your own eyes and say to yourself, I love you. I really love you. Why don't you take this opportunity to forgive yourself and set yourself free? I'd really, really like to hear all your comments and your feedback on where you stand in your life right now in terms of your own self-worth, in terms of accepting yourself the way you are, being authentic, being true to yourself, and stopping hiding from others and all the different cultural and societal limitations that bound you to be somebody else. I would like to hear your stories. I would like to hear where you are in your journey of life of self-worth, and what are you going to do today to change it if you need to do that. If you really want to connect with me on social media, you can find all the social media links in the description box below. And it goes without saying that I really truly appreciate all the love and support you are sending my way, in terms of your likes, your comments, your subscribes, your shares. If somebody around you needs to hear this message, share it with them. And keep shining your light. Keep realizing, keep looking into your eyes and believing in yourself. And start loving yourself each moment of the day for the rest of your life. So with this message, until next time, take really good care of yourself. Love, peace, and blessings.